A significant change will impact students in the Brooklyn Center School District come next fall. School start times will be changing. Meredith Hackler spoke with the superintendent to find out why. Meredith?
Shannon, right now the school day for elementary-aged kids is 7 hours. Administrators were seeing that a school day that long was causing kids to have a hard time focusing at the end of the day, and it was creating more behavioral problems. In the fall, elementary school students will switch to a 6-hour and 20-minute school day. They'll start their day at 7:45 a.m. and end their day at 2:05 p.m. As for middle and high school students, they will start an hour later at 8:45 a.m. and end their day ranging from 3:20 p.m. to 3:35 p.m. Administrators say these new start and end times are more beneficial to all students involved.
Traditionally, in previous years, the elementary school starts later and your secondary buildings, middle and high schools, will start first. Developmentally, that is the opposite of what research tells us that developing adolescents need. Middle and high school aged students require more sleep.
With new changes come changes to early mornings and end-of-day activities. The district will now be able to offer a hot breakfast to students instead of the grab-and-go breakfast food they are currently offering. Also, they will now offer a dinner option to elementary school kids as well. Currently, the dinner program serves anywhere from 80 to 150 kids in middle and high schools. This will also allow for more students to be enrolled in after-school programs free of charge, so the new start times won't cause a stress on parents who don't get off of work until a later time. Shannon?
All right, thank you, Meredith. A Maple Grove man who is a former teacher has pleaded guilty in a case in which he was accused of sexually assaulting one of his former students. Daniel Laskowski pleaded guilty to third-degree criminal sexual conduct and use of a minor to make pornographic work. He will be sentenced next month. Laskowski was a teacher and a football coach at Columbia Academy in Columbia Heights. According to the complaint, he acted as a father figure to the boy, who was 15 when the assaults began. The boy's mother went to Maple Grove Police when she found out her son had been drinking at Laskowski's Maple Grove home. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office has a new vehicle that will help them out on the scene. This mobile command vehicle will be stationed in Brooklyn Park. It's needed at large incidents like crime scenes, water emergencies, or searches. The unit also helps officers work out in the field. It has a conference room in the front and several workstations for up to 20 law enforcement personnel.
It makes my job a lot easier, you know, having a fully capacity office right on site to any major event is incredible.
The mobile command center costs around $750,000. Hennepin County officials hope it will last for at least 25 years. This is one of several items you can check out for yourself during the annual open house on Friday at the patrol office on 83rd Avenue North in Brooklyn Park. The event runs from 10 until 2 p.m. Some sad news out at Champlin Park High School. Staff and students are mourning the loss of one of their assistant principals, Julie Yeager, who died after a battle with cancer. Principal Michael George said in an email to parents that she fought courageously and never gave up. The district provided counselors and support staff to students and staff this week. In today's school spotlight, we go to Plymouth. Neil Pursley takes us inside West Lutheran High School.
Transistors are huge in electronics because they do two really important things.
One thing I like to say about West is we do big things in a small way, and we do small things in a big way.
West Lutheran High School in Plymouth has everything you could ask for in a high school.
If you were to visit any classroom, you'd see lots of one-on-one like you probably saw today in the class we were running here. Class sizes are between 10 and 20 kids, so the teacher is going to make sure that the kids get their attention.
Academics at West Lutheran are excellent. The high school exceeds the state benchmarks in English, mathematics, reading, and science by an average of 20%.
I can tell that they really want us to succeed, all of them. I mean, they teach well, and they know their stuff.
The arts are stressed as well, with an outstanding music department, and being a Lutheran high school, it is a place where a student can learn and grow in their Christian faith.
What stood out to me the most when I first started teaching at West was just how family oriented the school is. It just feels like like a family here, and the families themselves actually get really involved too at West, so that makes the community just a really cool place to be a part of.
West Lutheran prides itself on being an intimate learning atmosphere where students and staff develop long-lasting bonds and excellence is realized on a tangible level.
You can talk about the textbooks, you can talk about the equipment in a school, the curriculum that you follow, the sports, but if you don't have a school where you have teachers with heart, it's not much of a school. It's going to be pretty shallow. And I know these teachers. In fact, this staff I'm teaching with this year is probably the most talented staff I've gotten to teach with in a career of pushing 40 years here.
In Plymouth, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Wildflowers have started to pop in area parks this week due to the warm weather. We sent photojournalist Dustin Scholl to check it out. Enjoy.
It's easy to get excited. This is an opportunistic time to be thinking of, color and spring. You can see some different colors with the spring wildflowers. This is their time to shine. So if you look around, there's no canopy yet. We're just starting to get buds and leaves out, but nothing that's blocking the sun. So if you were to come out here in a month, it's going to be a completely different environment. And that's why these spring wildflowers thrive now. Again, these are such short-lived plants above ground that we should really respect that. So don't pick them, take a picture, and there's something for everybody. So whether you just want to take a short hike with the kids, you can go somewhere like our nature centers. Eastman Nature Center is a great example. There's a great trail, goes down by the creek, lots of spring ephemerals. Or if you're looking for something a little bit more longer, you can go
Team champs will be crowned early next week at local Section boys tennis tournaments. Quarterfinal round matches were Wednesday in Section 5AA. That includes third seed Champlin Park hosting Buffalo. Number 1 doubles, Kate Moffat returns serve for the Rebels and Grant Hilbrands smashes the winner. Buffalo's Andy Schaefer with a nifty volley winner as the Bison take this match 6-4, 6-0. At 1 singles, a nice touch volley winner by Champlin Park's Dom Witt as he tries to rally back in the first set. Then Witt gets an overhead winner. He takes 5 games in a row to win the set 7-5, but loses in 3. 2 singles, Kyle Horton in the far court for the Rebels, and good reaction here on the ball leads to a point. Horton takes the match 6-3, 6-4. To 3 singles, Champlin Park's Jack Peterson leaves a shot short, and Moritz Simon puts it away for the Bison on his way to a win. 6th seed Buffalo knocks off Champlin Park 5-2. Buffalo meets Maple Grove in the semifinals Thursday afternoon. The Armstrong baseball team hopes to compete for the Section 6 4A title this season. The Falcons stepped out of Northwest Suburban Conference play Wednesday to face a section opponent, Minneapolis Washburn. In the bottom of the first, Armstrong's Drew Ide bounces one to the first baseman, but nobody's covering the bag. A run scores as the Falcons tie it up 1-1. Same inning, and with Bo Human up, the pitch is wide. Bjorn Jensen just beats the tag at the plate to score for a 2-1 lead. Later in the frame, Patrick Bray hits a slow roller. The second baseman tries to barehand it. Nathan Pertolo scores, and Ide isn't far behind as Armstrong gets 4 in the bottom of the first. Up 5-1 in the third, Jensen lines a single to right field. It brings Jordan Page and Logan Elans home as the Falcons' lead grows to 7-1. They play well in the field, too. Watch the play by second baseman James Larson as he robs Aiden Bernstein of a hit with a great play here. And Armstrong adds some insurance runs later in the game. In the 6th, Ide singles to right to score Larson, and it's an 8-1 game. Alex Sternix follows with an RBI triple to score Ide. Armstrong rolls to a 9-1 win over the Millers. In boys lacrosse, Armstrong was hoping to break a 2-game losing streak, while Osseo-Park Center hoped to build on their 3-game winning streak as they met up on the Falcons' home field. Osseo-Park Center starts fast. Griffin Garrity to Anders Coombs alone alongside the net, and he scores for a 1-0 lead. Then Garrity finds long stick Colin Garrity, who gets control enough to score from in close to make it 4-1 OPC. Armstrong battles back as Nick Haugen circles the net and turns to bury it. The Falcons are within 5-3 after 1. We jump ahead to the third quarter, and Armstrong's Carter Lucas powers through a couple of defenders and scores. The Falcons pull to within 6-4. In the fourth quarter, it's Haugen to Lucas and across to Spencer Volker for the goal. The game's tied up at 7-7. And Armstrong keeps on scoring. The Lucas shot here is saved by Jack White, but Volker controls the rebound and scores to make it 9-7 Falcons. Haugen adds another as Armstrong rallies after the slow start to beat OPC 12-9. The postseason is rapidly approaching for local adapted softball teams. Two teams from the area played an entertaining contest Wednesday. Osseo paying a visit to the Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound Robins in a CI game. Osseo's Miracle Chroma tags it to deep right center in the top of the first inning. Jason Cardoso Ramirez scores and Chroma circles the bases too. They score the maximum 5 runs in the inning. The Robins answer as Kyrie Callender blasts it to deep right center. Alex Gallagher, Deshaun Harms, and Callender all score as the Robins pull within 5-3. In the third, Jason Cardoso Ramirez rips a hard liner past first and into deep right field. Rio Magoo scores, as does Cardoso Ramirez, and the Orioles are going up 9-3 at this point. They go on to win this one by a final of 17-11.